What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I show you that collecting is fun. And in this video, we're going to be looking at Hasbro's Cobra Commander in the combat armor. This one I got from Walmart. No, wait. I'll take that back. Sorry about that. I was thinking about the Walmart collector's deal. I got this from Amazon. Yes. All right. And this is number 68 of the G.I. Joe Classified series, when Cobra Commander got his combat armor. Now, let me see. There we go. Make sure you didn't cover that. There's the barcode for you to help you out. All right. Again, got this from Amazon. 168. Now, Cobra Commander got this combat suit because him and Destro, well, Destro made this suit for him because he was getting shot at or burnt. That's what it was. I think it was he was hit with fire or what have you. And then he needed the combat suit to protect them, whatever. And you see, it was an experimental thing that they did with this. Even when they did it with the 3.75 scale, it was an experimental suit that they gave him or what have you. There's not much story behind it, I don't believe. But yeah, Destro did make it, and it was something about him, being flame retarded or what have you. But yes, I like this look. I like this look for Cobra Commander. I don't have all the different looks. Like, there's that once a man deal. But I do have this one that I'm finally going to be able to unbox, because I just haven't had a reason to. I mean, I was going to at some point in time. But now that I have it, I'm going to compare both of these to have them side by side. And I just knocked down CoverGirl, and we'll bring her back pretty soon. But anyway, we're going to open this thing up and see what kind of fun we can have with Cobra Commander in his new combat suit. All right, let's do this. And here he is out of the packaging. And what I like about this is that you don't get multiple hands too often with G.I. Joe figures. Like, you usually just have the figure, their weapons, like what CoverGirl has, this gun here, and maybe some accessories, but you rarely get multiple hands with them. And Cobra Commander got multiple hands on this one and in the retro card. See that? Got three sets of hands now. So we got the classic, trademark, any given release trigger hands, obviously, because they're Joe's military. They got to hold weapons at some point in time. Cobra Commander doesn't usually hold weapons. I know he's holding one in this older design, which we'll get to in a minute. But he's usually pointing, shaking his fist, something of that nature. He's not out there battling. But this guy in his combat suit looks like he's going to get down and dirty. Cobra Commander's going to stop sitting there with his Destro mask on, and he's going to get down and actually do something instead of just crying about everything. All right? So let's take a look at what he has. He has this iguana friend here. Looks like the arms are articulate. There you go. Arms, legs too? Yeah. Okay. Not sure what all you would do with that, but that's pretty nice. So if you want an iguana to have in your enclosure, in case you got like a lizard or iguana or whatever you want to do, frog, put this in there in your enclosure, or just have it in your display. I'm not sure what you would do with this, but it's fine. It's got an iguana. Cobra Commander with an iguana. I don't know. And I wish, I keep talking about this. I wish they had more information on these boxes regarding what they came with. I wish if you scan this barcode, this QR code that it actually did something for you. Something worthwhile instead of just taking you to the website or what have you. It's lame. Scan it for yourself. If you've never done it before, go ahead and do that. It's just lame. But anyway, let's just leave that there. Let's take a look at the other stuff. Okay, fist hand. Looks nice, fine. Okay. Fist hand for the right. Looks nice, fine. Peg is about the same. Peg goes up and down. All right. Then pointer finger. Cobra's got to have that pointer finger. Gun in one hand, pointing with the other hand. Okay? And then, of course, the trigger hands. Now we have this pack here, which I'm not exactly sure what this does. It's not like it's a jetpack. But yeah, it is right there. Jetpack. So it will be like this, which is crazy. Look at the back of the box, which it does not help you out too much in the back. But yes, it's like this. That's how it is because of the holes down there. There. So you put that on his back, and that's what he uses for a jetpack, which is kind of interesting. So he can do some pretty interesting moves with combat. Whatever you want to have him doing and whatever scenario you create, you can have him doing some, I don't know, whatever, right? Okay? Put him in a flight stand. Cobra Commander in the flight stand. Why not? And, wait a minute. He's got a holster. Does this gun really fit in there? That's crazy. Let's take a look at the gun first. Got this thing. Okay. Whatever. I'm going to read up on the story of Cobra Commander. Who is this dude? It's definitely not Dr. Mindbender, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the first G.I. Joe movie. Definitely not that. Then you can see his eyes. So he's got this suit. He's breathing. I don't know. Maybe he got burnt really bad, and there we are. But then this one, he has Cobra eyes. Like he's got the mutation. Like this suit is like a containment suit for his mutation. I'm not sure when this happened. I'm not sure when this happened in the storyline. But it's a cool look. I like the look. And it's that same, red, white, and blue look that they gave him. Even though it's like Cobra and they're like against America or whatever, they still got that whole primary color deal. Even with the, we'll get him out there too. I just got to hurry and unpack that dude. But yeah, even with the retro guy, the retro suit. This is the suit or the same colors, I think, not Zartan, but Zaymod and Tomax wore. It's like, at any point in time, Cobra Commander could join the good side. I don't know. It's like the bad side of America or something. Like, the extreme tariff side of America. I don't know what you want to call this. Him and Supreme Leader Captain America could definitely just, be like, hey, we're all trying to help America out, but have twisted views. Is that what it is? Am I missing something? Is that how it was the entire time? Nah, Cobra's like trying to rule the world. So no, that ain't it. But here's the articulation in the combat suit. You're not going to expect too much articulation with something like this. This man is, looking like a VR trooper. Yep, I said it. He looks like a VR trooper. Troopers 3, go, virtual reality. Yep, this is it. Yeah, okay. Articulation is good, though. This here is not construct. It doesn't conflict with his movements at all. Not restricting it any way. He can move all the ways he needs to move. That's nice. I like that. And his head, of course, can move, but moving up and down, no, that's not happening. He ain't doing that. Torso, yes, he can do that. He's got the whole, as far as looking up and down, he's got the whole Michael Keaton Batman look. He's got to look up and down that way by moving his torso because he can't move his neck. Boots are fine. He's not going to be doing any kicks, but hey, you might want to have him in a combat situation. Instead of just shooting, he might just hit somebody with a, let Cobra Commander show you, hey, I got some moves for you. I've been watching some tapes of Michael Jai White teaching me how to kick. It's got to be an arrow, okay? All right, so let's see what we're going to do. We definitely got to get a pointer hand in there. So we're going to definitely point. Yep. This is going to be how I would definitely have him throughout the entire time. Definitely pointing, and he could have his fist, but should we do we even need to do the head swap? Let me just make sure he can do a head swap. Oh my God, there we go. Easy peasy. Do I want him looking human right now? Yeah, why not? Let's just have him looking like that. All right, good. So the Cobra eyes, we'll just leave that over here with the iguana and this more reptilian state. And now let's see about this holder here. What can this holder do? All right, we got that pointer going. No, what is that? Is that it? I mean, that's what they have it for. It has this right here for a gun. But I guess you can put any gun in here. But that's his. I don't care for it. I don't. I really don't. All right, but anyway, let's have him here, and then let's bring out Retro, so we can compare these two, and have him stand like he should, and he's looking at you like, Uncle Sam wants you? Nah, Cobra wants you. And Cobra Commander can also join forces with M. Bison, and they can talk about how Shadow Law and Cobra and Island and so forth and so on, how they can just join forces with one another. All right, I'll be right back. All right, there's Cobra Commander in his retro suit. First time we've ever seen Cobra Commander look. And I like this. You know, this is definitely something I will keep. You know, let me see if I can help us out here, because this is a tall boy. This is definitely something I would keep. You know, I will cut this out and keep this card here, because it's a 6-inch scale. You know, we used to have it at a 3.75. It was a smaller version, but I like this. And it says right here, this fanatical leader rules with an iron fist. He demands total loyalty and allegiance. His main battle plan for world control relies on revolution and chaos. Special skills, what do you got? Birthplace classified, of course. Enemy leader, primary specialty intelligence. This man is not an idiot. Even though he has the voice of Starscream, he's not an idiot. Secondary specialty ordnance, experimental weaponry. Yes, he does. He experiments like nobody's business. And then you got your other retros, which I've seen various different places. I always run across that guy, and I run across that guy on Target. Don't really need him, because I got, you know, the classified version of them. I don't need a retro version of them, and you need one of those, right? I have one already, right? No, I got another one. But I think I might need to go ahead and grab just at least one of those. Why not? At least one. Hopefully it's on clearance next time I go in there, because it was at Target. All right, back to this guy. And of course, you know, I love this. I love it when it comes with the old retro stand for whatever. He's got this holder here for his pistol. This right here, of course, he's got an old school knife. Just for, you know, stabbing. Whenever he needs to stab somebody, it's right there in his thigh. So there you go. Good. And of course, you can move this up and down whenever you want to, or move it to the other leg if you want to. No. What is this? No. I don't know. On his back? No, I don't like that at all. On his back? Why would I do that? On his... No. I don't like it. No, I would not do it. He will either hold it or not hold it. He is not going to have this on his back. Cobra Commander looks like a dork. Looks like he's a regular trooper out there. No, take that off. Here's his blaster. Ridiculous, specialized looking thing. What are we going to do here? What is this? Like that? Yeah, I don't care. I don't want that on his back. If it was on his leg, yes, but not on his back. No. We'll find something else for that. So this will just stay over here somewhere. I don't like it. All right, we got a open hand for, like, I guess if he's sitting in a chair. This right here. And then he's got his right hand to point. So he's sitting in a chair and he's pointing with the right hand. We're definitely going to use that. Trigger hand, of course. He will definitely hold the gun. I'll probably have him. Nah, I'm not going to hold the gun. We're just going to have him interact with this guy, and it'll be kind of fun. Let's move some of the effects down later on. Boom. So now he's pointing. Ugh, got to wake you up. Okay. Articulation is as it should be. Oh, I hate this part. I hate it when one part bent. There we go. When one part bends, and it makes it harder for the other part to bend. So you want this part to bend first so you can get this one. You don't want that one to bend first, the forearm to bend first. It's so annoying. But it's got that bicep swivel, thigh swivel, if you can get that to move without his hip. Thigh swivel, wake up, thank you. Wake you up there, wake you up there. Good thing about some of these Hasbro figures, unlike those No Way Home Spider-Man figures, you can use these joints easier, bend these joints easier, wake them up easier. And that's a good old pivot. I just broke his ankle, but it's fine. There, tilting forward. Tilt backward a little bit. And there, you can move his head. There we go. His neck is just locked in. What happened? I don't know, bro. But you see the colors. The primary colors of red, blue, and white are right there. It's like he's fighting for America too, but he's just like, I just need that dictatorship style of running the show. I don't know. I love this, though. Love how nice and shiny that is. It's not dull at all. They did not make sure this was dull. They made sure that this was very attractive, and that was great. Nice and reflective. See light and all of that, Yeah, that's really good. I like it. But anyway, going to move along. We're going to have this guy pointing at him, and I would put the gun on him, but these two are not going to be all about the guns, because Cobra Commander, he'll get his hands dirty, but he won't really get his hands dirty. So maybe he can pet the iguana. You can sit down and pet the iguana. Let me see if I can even get him like that. Oof. Maybe not. Hold on. There, now Cobra Commander just sitting there petting the iguana. I mean, look, you might be a maniacal, maniac, sadistic, jerk and what have you, all of that. But you might still like animals. And apparently he does. He's like, look, I like iguanas. So he's got this iguana, Iggy. And there it is. He's pointing like, hey, you be a good boy. Well, daddy's away, whatever. While this guy just still looking like, and then he's like maybe looking at him going, hey, that's my iguana, right? And they can do the whole Spider-Man deal. Like he's looking at him like, but who are you? Who are you? Who are you? All that crap, it's crazy. And his cover girl is like, I'm just making sure you fools don't go nowhere. I'm waiting for my backup to arrive, all right? But I like it. I like both of these figures. You can get more out of him than you can with him because I guess of the combat suit. I didn't even check to see if he has a thigh swivel. He does have a thigh swivel. There it is. It's probably there the entire time. But this is a good look for him. I like it. That's just a cool look. Cool looking. Let me get some of this out of here because I like that pic. Let me take a picture of that. Hold on. All right, yeah, there we go. There we go. I like it. I like that look. Whatever kind of scenario that is, he's upset that he's petting his iguana. Like, get off my iguana. What you doing? Okay. All right. Well, let's get out of that. And that's a good look. But let's have them stand side by side. They should be the same size. He's got some drop down hip going, drop down hip action. And maybe he can just kind of put his hand on his shoulder saying, hey, listen, let's put his arm down for a minute. And then we'll get them to stand side by side. Yike. He's not crunch. There we go. And then here. So yes, they are about the same height. Good. Cobra first, Cobra or second or third. I'm not sure what you want to call this, but I like it. That's all right. And maybe he can let me share my jetpack with you. And he's like, sure. Whoa, how do you turn this crazy thing off? And something like that. Funny. But I like it. This is nice. This is a good look for Cobra Commander. And so they're standing there talking to each other. Hold on. All right, and they're both just standing there, pointing at each other, telling themselves lame, stupid jokes. How can you tell? I mean, just crazy, stupid jokes they might be telling each other. And they're just conversing about world domination. Maybe he went to the past or something like that. I tell you, the only good Joe was a dead Joe. And there it is. They're just talking to each other, whatever. And I like it. So this is a good look. I like this whole suit. It's really nice. Just take a look one more time at this guy. I'll sit there for a minute. There you go. And just take a look one more time at this guy. It's got this tube here. I'm not sure what the tube does. Again, experimental designs. they don't really tell you exactly what this does. I was looking. I was trying to figure out what's going on. But experimental designs, you know, he's got the whole calm deal, but he's still able to breathe because he's just, I don't know, man. Cobra insignia there. You know, what are these? Like, I don't know what those are. I don't know. It's not like he has rocket boots or anything. It's just, there it is. Like on the back of this, they don't really give you much. He's just standing there with his iguana, just pointing with his gun out, and he's fully, you know, Cobra-ized or whatever. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. 2 good Cobra Commanders. I recommend you get him. You see this Cobra Commander in Target or wherever, get him. He's a good figure. And this one, if you find him on Amazon, find him in Target or wherever, get him too. Why not? The evolution of Cobra. Now, of course, people were trying to get that once a man deal. I didn't care too much about that. But this one kind of resonated with me. This one is the one he wore when he was in the whole Deke. When Deke took over for G.I. Joe from Sunbow. All right. When Deke took over, that's when they changed into this design right here. And it was kind of weird because, you know, I talked about this before. Deke had the whole different voice changes and the animation change and the artwork change and the theme song change was like one of the best parts of it, but everything else was just so ugh, you know, crazy. Really, really kiddie. And I'm actually almost done watching all of those episodes right now. I only got like a few episodes left of the whole G.I. Joe series of old. And that'll be it. And then I can, I don't know, put something else in my watch list or something. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff I can catch up on, rewatch, you know, finish, all of that. But G.I. Joe, yeah, I'm almost done with that. I'm still working through my Turtles right now. But yes, that's the end of the video. I appreciate you all watching. If you watched the entire thing, worthwhile purchases. These are G.I. Joe Classified. Don't really disappoint too much. So this is nice. All right. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's talk about the G.I. Joes. You know more about this suit? Let me know. Have fun collecting, folks, because collecting is fun. Later days.